Do you ever wonder why anxiety comes out of the blue? That stress and anxiety and that overwhelmed feeling that sometimes we feel when we weren't even doing anything that caused it. You know, this often leads us to really judge ourselves and think that something's wrong with us, or we're crazy, or we're mentally ill. But I'm going to tell you in this episode why that is not the case. You are not crazy and you are not mentally ill. This is what is happening. You know that our fear is biological. You know that it's a biological response to something dangerous in our environment or a perceived danger in our environment. But this is what a lot of people don't actually know. The amygdala, that little part of our brain that triggers the parasympathetic nervous system response, works on body memory. Body memory. So if our body remembers something is dangerous, or there's some correlation between our body memory is something in the past that has been dangerous, either emotionally or physically, it begins to trigger that response. So before it goes to our cognitive part of our brain, our cortex up here behind that forehead, our amygdala triggers the response. So our body has some kind of memory of a pain, and it's an emotional memory, and our body responds, and then our amygdala sends the message to our cortex to say, okay, assess the situation and figure out what to do about it. And so when the cortex looks around and says, okay, everything's okay, but what happens is we feel like our body's going, it's getting ready to protect ourselves and fight or flight, right? And our body's psh, and then it freaks us out because it doesn't feel very good and it feels a little weird and we don't know why it came. And so it feels like it's completely and totally out of the blue, but that never happens. It's always been triggered by something. What happens is triggered by that emotional or body memory, some correlation to some memory in the past that's been scary for you. And so it goes into that response. Then when we think about it. So what we have to do is we have to do the heavy lifting here. In our cortex, once we realize it, our cortex has to say, everything's okay. But then we got to give our body a couple minutes to calm ourselves down. What happens is it feels so bad and it feels so weird and we judge ourselves that we tend to let it snowball because we really think that something's wrong, and we continue to pump out those hormones to keep us safe when we don't need them because we are safe. So anxiety doesn't come out of the blue. And if you knew that the next time you felt it, would you be able to use your cortex then and use your thinking brain to say, everything's okay, it's just my body responding, but everything's okay? And could you wait 5 or 10 minutes for that body to calm down and completely avoid hours of anxiety and stress and panic that you've had in your own life? So I hope that little tip helps. I'm Jodi Amen, and if you want more from me on how to help yourself with stress and anxiety and self-doubt and worry, and how to bring love into your life and into your heart, come on over to my website, jodiamen.com, and sign up for email updates so you don't miss a thing. And in the meantime, you let that you that you want to be shine through. If you are struggling with anxiety, go to givefeartheboot.com for free videos and information about my online anxiety recovery program. See you there.